Why is no one racing Road Atlanta in Proto GT? I don't get it. It's such a good series. It's such a good race. Honestly, don't get it. How's it going? How are you? Well, it's Proto GT. Like, it's, you know, should be brilliant. You know, it's Road Atlanta. How can you hate Road Atlanta? What's wrong with these people? Oh, it's... Okay, so we have Adelaide at 1/4 to the hour. Finishes up just before 1/2 the hour. We have Snetterton, which is 1/4 to the hour, finishes up 20 past the hour. There's 7 minutes difference in it. I'm just thinking. That every hour. Look at. I like that. Every hour. Okay, so we could do. Yeah. Let's do what I set out to do. Hey Richard, how's it going? Hey Jeremy, how are you? How's things? To hear from you. Well, finishing off the big mug of tea before we go racing. I kind of want to do this, but I don't want to do it, if that makes sense. I got P2 yesterday, and I think I should quit while I'm ahead, but part of me says, why would you be doing it if you were quitting while you're ahead? It is, yeah. Hey, Yop, hope you're well. Metzi, welcome back. Hey, Liam. Hey, Richard. And we've got some practice time. Do some laps. Oh, fantastic. Metzi says, does he need me to follow? Do I need him to motivate me? I always need motivation. Always need motivation. Fluffing, some might call it. Fluffing. For those in the trade. You know what I mean? For those in the trade. Fluffing. Let's find afternoon. Make sure the dirty feed is all right. You know something? The cup car sounds so. No, the pitch of your voice seems to match it perfectly. You're like noise cancelling. You know what I mean? I think if I'm ever fortunate enough to get a cup car, you're not coming out for a passenger ride, because I'd be like, no noise. This EV. Pardon? Joking. Can't hear you now though. I can't hear you. So the fast guys are doing 1:16 around here. I don't know how you're doing that, guys. Yeah. Missing race labs as well. Race labs seems to have gone for a Burton. Hang on. Fine. Oh, really? I just found out that AI might be able to help me with scrolling titles and stuff. I don't use AI enough.
Watch your mirrors, there's a car approaching.
I think I'm gonna have to do a couple of days off and do project cleanup.
Black flag. We'll need to come into the pits to serve the penalty.
Hey Yappy, hey Vinny Patch, hope you well.
Disengage limiter. Please, Billy. Your exit's clear.
Oh yeah. Right, light hands, less is more. Full tires. How do I do? I just smacked my GT3 against the wall. You know,
Damage.
I can't begin to imagine the elation I'd have if I owned a car.
Rear left. 99.
I don't even think I'd want to race it. I think I just want to rag it around track days.
Exit looks clear.
So there's a company in Germany who will take your GT3 road car and they will convert it to GT3 race car spec, because obviously to buy a GT3 Cup car you have to enter the GT3 Cup. Same with a Cayman GT4 RS Cup car. You know, the race car, the race Caymans, you have to enter the Cup series first. And they're not road legal. They're not road legal cars. They don't have handbrakes or whatnot. I got to admit, Daniel, I was very hesitant to take this car on, but it's so much quicker than the old car, and I loved the old car. But it also, and I get told all the time I get told off for using the ABS, but it also rotates so much better than the old car. Its initial turn in is so much better than the old car as well. What about you, Daniel? Have you driven it? Marbles. Hi, Wolf. I get the feeling all the speed is made in that first corner. And I just need to throw myself at it a few hundred times to make sure to figure out how I throw myself at it, if that makes. Yeah, I totally agree with the bumpy thing. I can't believe for a second, and owners are only just getting their Gen 2 Cup cars like in the last week or two. But I can't believe the real car bounces as much as this. Not for a second. Not for a second.
Got damage.
Yes, we have. I'll give you a week. Yeah.
B29, 2 laps of fuel remaining.
No, I'll give you a week.
Sector 1 is 1.1 off the pace.
Let's see if this thing wants to hook up this lap. Nope.
inside, clear right.
Sector 2's a second off the pace.
Not my cup car. I asked for one, you said no. Long schlong, this is Adelaide in iRacing. $130,000 says now.
White flag. We'll need to pit to serve the penalty.
Yeah, so this is Adelaide.
Your exit's clear. Watch the white line. Okay, Billy, you've got about 4 laps of fuel left. B32.
Gone to noise cancelling mode now. Again. Yeah. Yeah. You're not wrong. So at the rate I'm putting accessories on that thing. Yeah.
Sector 2 is 1.2 seconds off the pace.
Hey, Peck, hope you all. Hey, Papa. No, red is like McLaren Special Operations. They know how to just print money. I know a P1 owner that was desperately keen to sell his P1 before the warranty ran out. When I asked him why, he was like, because McLaren Special Operations are talking about building an extended warranty program. I was like, okay, so what's the problem? He's like, you have no idea how McLaren Special Operations can spend your money for you. And I was like, this is the guy worth 300 million who has a McLaren P1 amongst other things. He wants to get rid of it because he can't afford the budget. I bet so. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Definitely make them some money. Hey, Sandy HP. Yeah. Well, Nikon never got into the Nikon never really got into the it's a DSLR that takes video look like Canon did or anybody else did, you know what I mean? They're like, yeah, it does some video, but they never really succeeded at it. They never even really competed. Yeah. Noah's asked, this is iRacing for PC. You can't race cup cars at Le Mans Ultimate.
Only 2 more laps of fuel.
You race LMU yourself, Azaz? He's definitely facing the wrong way. I've checked. Hey, monkey. Ah. Big field. Yeah, there is a big field.
Showing the slippery surface flag.
Yeah, well, they bought their way in by the lawsuit, right? Paul Lacey, thanks for following. Hey, Roblox, hope you're well.
B30, if you could be out of fuel on the next line. Sector 3 is 0.9
Hey, Murph. This is pre-practice though, remember? So the field might change. Have I figured this track out? Yeah, there's a big wall down here. I came damn close. Like I could literally hear the zipper on my jacket rubbing against the wall, you know what I mean? Struggling to hear you, buddy. Hang on a second.
You'll need to slow down to give back the time gained. You've cleared your slowdown penalty.
I'm gonna go back and look at that replay for that last lap because I'm pretty sure that was Hey Tommy, hope you're well. I'm pretty sure that it was yeah. Go back and have a look. See if we can get a suitable camera. Yeah, that's going to be a suitable camera. Is it too far back? Okay, let's see. Yeah, I don't care what you say. That's close. Okay, that was close. That was close. You're in the P-Cup race right now. Are you signed up for the league, Oliver? I didn't clip it, actually. Are you signed up for the Sunday Night League next week? BillyOirish.com/P-Cup. Get signed up. So it's a good league. 12 weeks. Sunday night. Why? 12 weeks, Sunday night, 9 p.m. UK, 10 p.m. Europe, 4 p.m. Eastern. Let me know what time zone you're in. I'll give you a time, but it's going to be good. First track is Adelaide. Second track is Bathurst. Won't affect your SR. Won't affect your iRacing. So 4 p.m. Sunday afternoon. You're not great. You know what? This is how you're going to learn. Because we'll help you with a setup. The other guys who are signed up already will help you out. We'll have some practice time. You can dive into the Discord. You can ask some questions. You can learn a little. We'll have some fun. You won't have somebody going, report, enjoy your holiday. Or you won't lose your safety rating or go down a license or whatever. Perfect place. Whole load of billies. Whole load of billies. BillyOirish.com/peakup. BillyOirish.com/peakup. Here, look, I'll even show you what the page looks like. Here. Here. Here.
The track temperature's decreasing. It's
Here.
now 24 Celsius.
And here is the calendar for the Porsche Cup. Adelaide, Mount Panorama, Sebring, Mugello, Spa, Monza, Nürburgring, Willow, Algarve, Leydenon, Barber Motorsports, and Road Atlanta. Definitely. Give it a go, man. BillyOirish.com/peakup. And if you want to try the GR86 on Thursday next week, BillyOirish.com/GR86. And if you want to do a 4-hour 2-man team race, you got a league of that starting at the end of March. BillyOirish.com/MX5. 4 hours 2-man team MX5. Get you some season time. That's you. Yeah, get him in. Hey Ruben, hope you're well. An X-Wing. Star Wars fan, then. Right, let's go qualify. Strength feels 1500. Thank God.
We've got 2 laps to get the job done.
Murph, there's nothing stopping you joining and just backing out of the races you can't make. You won't win the league, but at least you'll have some fun. Fun's the whole point.
Track temperature's fallen. It's now 25 Celsius.
Do we commit to the wall on this lap, or do we wait for the next one? Wait for the next one. Rafale, this is Adelaide.
It's just 120.4. P3. Sector 3 is 0.7 off the pace.
Hey man, done. No. Wouldn't turn.
Sector 2 is 0.4 off the pace. Fastest lap for Schiller, 119.1. Car in front's lap time is at 120.5.
Didn't want to make the wall. Had to lift. Lift. You live 6 hours from Adelaide? Hey Rob Meister, hope you're well. If I say hello to you and you're offended, can you let me know? Because somebody said to me yesterday I shouldn't say hello to people unless they say hello first. It was like streaming advice for streamers. Don't say hello to people who turn up in your chat because they may not want to say you to say hello to them. And I'm like, what? Rafal met me on TikTok. He makes a point. Rafal met me on Defender Kev met me on TikTok. Hey Jerry. How have the P-Cup races been? P-Cup races have been good. Yeah, no, that's the point. I'm at YouTube. And I have a YouTube channel. Go check it out. I have a podcast. Go check it out. Please. I'm about to arrange the second podcast. I have the third one lined up. I need one in between. Yeah. Yeah, I might have work for you soon. Yeah, I've asked somebody who's well above my pay grade to come do a podcast with us. And I won't say anything, but if they do, it'll be cool. Yeah. We got P2 in P Cup yesterday. We were in top split, I think it was, and the guy behind me was just flying. And it was circumstances that got me. I started off in P6 and made it to P4 and then P2 and then P1 and then P2 came back like a ton of bricks. I like wasn't like he was doing 118s. My best I think is a 119.1. This is my fourth race at Adelaide. I'm still quite new to it. I think this is fit. But Porsche Cup, Adelaide Street. Loaded up. Ready. Yeah, so that's what I was told. Don't say hello to someone unless they say, yeah, I thought saying hello was good manners. Yannick, ça va? I should do me. Yeah. But obviously, I look at the streams. There's 11 people on YouTube. There's 13 people on Twitch. There's 10 people, I think.
That's the end of the session, P4.
How do I get, like, I go on somebody else and they have less followers than me, but they've got like 80, 90 people. And I'm like, why? Like, streaming is very hard mentally on you. Yeah, okay. Yeah. We'll have a chat. To Add you to what, Yannick? You coming racing tonight? I'll show you how to find me tonight, Yannick. Got a grid.
The track temp is 25 Celsius. The air temp is 24.
I don't know how we're in P4. I'm kind of worried that we're in P4, if I'm honest with you.
We've got cold tyres. We need to get some heat into them.
I'm worried we're in P4. I don't like being up the front. I don't like being midfield either. Which I think is my way of saying I'd rather be down the back. I'm not sure when it's 2 shifts down for the first corner either. Right, here goes nothing.
Okay, standing start. Go, nail it.
No, I don't have launch control mapped. I just rev the engine and pull the clutch. Pull the trigger. Do you use launch control in this? We're going, Jason, we're going.
On your left. Hold your line. Clear left.
Ketville hairpin. I think it might be Moss and Schiller.
Hey, Gingrich. Oh, I need to chat with you.
P2.
Damn it.
You need to slow down a bit if you don't want a penalty.
Yeah, I know there's an option to map it. I just didn't think it was worth using it. Right, let's try not to get a penalty this time. I'm very good. How are you?
119.4. P2, capital. P3, behind is now 0.5. The lap time was at 21.0.
This is Adelaide in Australia.
Good lap. That's your quickest today. 2 is 1.6 off the pace. You passed this lap from Austin 119.2.
You got really into watching supercars. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
That's your quickest lap of this session. There's an incident in turn 5. It looks like Schiller.
What is this weekend? Sebring. What's this weekend? F1. I'm washing my hair this weekend. I've watched F1 in 20 years. F1 and exciting are two words that just don't work together.
Fastest lap for Bean, 119.1.
F1, the only race that can't decide who's won it on the end of the race.
Damaged.
No, really?
We'll need to come in for repairs.
Yeah, check that one.
Flag. There's an incident in turn 7. We think it might be bar. You have 6 incident points. The car in front of us is Bean.
I was looking for the hot dog outlet.
Okay, Billy, the next car is 1 lap behind. We didn't record pit timings. The exit position estimates may be
Damn.
off. We think you'll be exiting the pits into clear air. You have 8 incident points. Bean behind is pitting.
Here's what happened. Here's what happened. What happened? Here's what happened. In slow motion, full color. Formula One is dull. Let's put it this way. NASCAR is riveting. You pick your driver, you pick your team, you put points against each, and then depending on how the outcome is, you're just like fantasy football. I get it. We could watch it again. It just didn't want to. It didn't want to go in, did it?
That's a new fastest lap for Larson, 118.7.
Want to go in? It was a big hit. It was a big hit. Here comes the backbreaker. I need you to help me. Game Grid, I need you to help me to fix my OBS. Anything you can do. If you want to remotely log on or if you want to send me some files, needs a refresh. How does other series manage to find funding? It's quite literally the driver pays. If you think any of those F1 drivers are on a salary, you're wrong. They're bringing money to the team. Well, Lance, yeah, Lance Stroll cost. Is it Lance is the son or Lance is the dad? I don't know which one, but one of them spent 670 million so his boy could go racing, right? No, not necessarily, Jason. To be fair, I know some GT3 drivers, and I know their parents don't have 100 million in the bank. You can either raise the million quid it is to go British GT in the UK, or you have a business and you're writing some of that off. But it is, like I say, British GT is. I think it might have come down in price this year, but last year it was at 750,000 plus VAT, so a million pounds. Arrive and drive, and then the team buys the car, and the team basically rents the car out to you. And either you and another driver, which is the pro driver you're paying for, hence Pro Am, or in different series, you and a couple of drivers. Yeah, Miatas aren't as expensive in Europe as they are in the States. A season in GT World in the States is probably twice the price it is in the UK. Because obviously there's bigger, better tracks and whatnot. See what the we're out. We're done. We've got. Where's the classical music montage? I don't think BRSCC is 50k. I wouldn't have thought so. I thought there was an upper limit on the price you could spend on the car. I thought it was like 15. And then obviously your entry fees. And BRSCC entry fees aren't that dear. Could be wrong. I've never looked at doing Mazda. I don't fit in them. We bent that puppy. But you, like I say, you could be right, Jason.
Fastest lap for Larson, 118.5.
Well, we got a minute and a half of required. Let's see what the optionals look like. Yeah, we're not going back out without a front bumper. Unless that thing gets a bumper anytime soon. We aren't going anywhere in that. Fortunate. Yeah. Go have a look at P1. I want to see if he comes down 2 gears on the way into turn 1.
New fastest lap for Larson, 118.5.
No, he comes down 1. I thought so. I don't know. Maybe he's breaking a lot earlier than me. Have a look at Larson. Obviously, they won't share with you the exact gear timings, but... Yeah, he's going down 1 as well. I'm going down 2. And then the other thing I wanted to have a look at was have a look at lap 1. Was that turn? Let's have a look. No. That was my fault. Yes, he came across from behind the other car. But nah, that was on me. Elias, you there?
The leader's just done a 118.6.
Just want to apologize to Elias for the lap 1 incident. Get back out and do a couple of laps. Try that 4th gear entry. We got about 3 minutes left by the time we get out. Well, let's forfeit this. I was in P2, but I smashed the wall. And when I say smashed the wall, I mean hit it hard. How are you, Harvey? Hope you're well. Do they do Clio Cup racing still? Oh, we ain't going anywhere. They haven't fixed the steering. There's no way I'm going out in that.
Okay, Billy, should be coming out into clear air. We should come out into position.
Look where the steering is. No way I'm going out in that. Does he race in Europe? I don't think they race it in the UK. Yeah, just a small little pit stop, like proper right hand down. I would say you're probably talking. I remember when it was 182 and Clio 2. Oh, sorry, when it was Clio 200, and the bottom end, the top end of a Clio 200 series in the UK was the bottom end of a Cup car race in the UK. To be a winning team in the UK was the bottom end of a Porsche Cup race. So what are we talking? 150, 200 grand? More? That's going back 15 years though. 150 grand? 200 grand? Arrive and drive? I remember the Clio 200 for a race team was about 3.5 grand a corner to rebuild. boxes were 7.5 grand or 10 grand or something, because I remember there was, say, they have sequential, and I remember thinking about putting one in the track car, and then somebody told me about the hours it needed to run. So yeah, 150, 200 grand. What are we talking, Zamuri? I hate to think how much the guys are running on the Black Falcon GT4 stuff. That was big money. Misha and them. That was big money. That was proper beans. Do you have an idea, Zamuri, or you not know and you're asking? I'm good, Harvey. Thanks very much for asking. I was in P2 and I just came around the corner and smacked the wall and it bent everything. It bent everything. Put me in with like 15 minutes repairs. 9 minutes repairs or something. We're going to go to Snetterton next. We were doing 106s before lunch. Granted, in the draft. Lead cars are doing 105s. I don't know how to do it. Ricardo, thanks very much for liking the live. Yannick, are you still there?
Cows took the win.
Elias, again, my apologies, my friend. I didn't mean to take you out like that on turn one, on lap one. $10 to have a new clutch. That wouldn't be the clutch though.
2 litres remaining.
Was Elias abusive? Why would you stupid idiots need always to fucking... I wouldn't think the clutch in, although it's a, I don't even think it's a race clutch no. I'd expect a box to be 10 grand for a Clio. Not a clutch. I'd be really surprised if it's 10 grand for a clutch and a Clio. Really, really surprised. You're in my race. Where did you end up, Oliver? I smashed the wall. I mean, smashed it properly. Well done. I was in P2 and stuck it down to 16th, so well done, mate. Oh, 10K not to have a clutch. What, when I put it in the track car? Yeah. Not to have a manual. Hey, Leonardo, hope you well. I don't want to look at this. Backwards. Yes, but no heel and toe, and left foot braking would have been easier. Yeah, it got me properly. One of my cars is sequential paddles. 2 of my cars paddles. But the Porsche is a PDK. Much nicer on track. Much nicer on track. I'm not a fan of stirring the box. I can heel and toe, but I don't like doing it. I don't have confidence. I always think I'd be quicker in a paddle shift box, which I probably would. And I thought about it, and then somebody said, "Have you seen the rebuild errors?" And I was like, "Oh, stop that."
Their exit looks clear. Stay behind the line.
Tomek.
Service lights out.
Hey, Jack.
Sector-wise quick.
Is it possible that the viewers are bots? Unlikely. On my streams or on other streams?
Okay. Service flag.
I don't know. Never thought of it, but...
E6.
Left side. Hold your line. Clear left.
Thank you. It could be. No, they don't get 60 viewers instantly, but when I turn on, they have 80 or 90 viewers, and I'm like, I've never... I think I've once had like 200 on the tube. Thanks for liking the live, the boys.
E7. You're currently 2.5 off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.46 off the pace. Off the pace, that's sector 1.
Where are you based?
Sector 1's quick. Sector 2 is 0.30 off the base.
You look after yourself, yeah? That's my worry. You look after yourself.
Attack off the base in sector 1. Slippery surface for you.
It's going to take them a week to get a boat to you. That apparently was leaving yesterday, and now it's leaving in a week's time.
7 off the base.
Have you had anything yet, Rafael?
7th position. Sector 3's 2/10 off the base.
Have you had any incoming yet? I heard a drone hit a runway, but that's all I heard.
Sector 2's 2/10 off the base. Guy approach has just done over 107.40. V8. Sector 3 is 0.31 off the base.
Keep me posted, will you? Like, not just on live. Drop me a message in Discord.
Red yellow flag, there's debris out there. Sector 2 is 0.28 off the base. E7. E2/10 off the base in sector 1.
Hey, Louis.
Sector 3's a 10th off the pace. Sector 1 is 0.5 off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.33 off the pace.
Just trying to get it right. Just trying to put it all together right.
That puts you 1.1 off the pace. You're 2/10 off the pace in sector 3. You've gone outside of track limits there.
Hey, Mr. Win. Not that Mr. Win, the other Mr. Win. Unless you're holding up a group of hotels. Yeah, so have I. It involves making a movie. Yeah, well, I hear the going racing government television ads in the US at the moment is 220 million for certain members of the administration. So I just need some brown hair and some cute eyes, you know. Shoot a dog or two.
Track temperature's rising. It's now 26 Celsius. Sector 1 is 0.40
It's
off the
nuts.
pace. You're 2/10 off the pace in sector 2.
I won't. I'll try my best to stay out of the politics, but when briefings are delivered by college school jocks, you know what I mean? In college school jock parlance.
That puts you 1.0 seconds off the leader's pace.
This what? Can't hear it.
Position.
TV show?
0.5 off the pace.
No, I haven't seen it. Oh, I've wanted to see that. That hasn't been. I don't think that's been aired here. Yeah. Yeah.
Sector 2 is 0.43 off the pace.
Every 4 years for probably the last 15 years now, my wife and I watch The West Wing. Doesn't change. Yeah.
Now 1.3 off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.26.
West Wing's brilliant. 3D effects, what have you bought? Get into the chat. Come tell us what you bought. You haven't got it yet. You just bought it. You know, I host a league. I host 2 leagues. I host an endurance league, and I host a free car and a free track every Thursday. So if you want to come join us, you're more than welcome. Stick a follow in. And of a podcast over on the Red Channel. You know the Red Channel? I can't mention it. I'm not allowed to mention it. Other people can type it. I'm not allowed to mention it. But channel. That channel. The one that sounds like lube. I can't think of anything else that sounds like lube. Lube. The Lube Channel. I'm a podcast. Sim racing podcast. But yeah, we'd love to have you on board. What did you get? What are you going racing? How can we help? I have a Discord channel as well, and you can join Discord, and there's a whole load of useful links. Mosa R9 version 3, the Chaos battle, very nice. Simjack UT pedals. We're going to start with a desk clamp. Good luck. I'll give you 6 weeks, you'll be buying a rig. There's a video on the same Red Channel. There's a video about how to upgrade your kit and what you need. You have a very beefy desk. Where are you putting the Simjack pedals? That's what I want to know. Simjack UTs are load cell, aren't they? Where in the world are you, 3DFX? I have a yeah, you're not going to put them on the floor. They ain't going on the floor, my friend. No. I don't think they'll stand. But at 200 kilos, you'll, even if they're on a, like I've got a 65 kilo set here and I've got a 100 kilo. These are rated for 200. Most, to be fair, most 200 kilos are actually 100 actual. But even if you put them on a base, they'll tip over. You're gonna screw them to your desk. You're gonna screw your pedals to your desk. Copy. They'll need to be pinned down somehow. Yeah. Well, like I say, 3D effects. Excuse me. Dive into our Discord channel. Link is on my website, BillyOirish.com. BillyOirish.com. Dive into my Discord and get involved. Cool. Pretty good. It's about 900. Pretty good. Not excellent. Pretty good.
Checkered flags out, P9.
Mediocre. Mediocre. At best, mediocre. Yeah. When are you leaving? Yeah, all that time sucking that bong, yeah. Yeah, we'd love to have you, but it is an inside joke. He doesn't suck on a bong at all. It sounds like he's we would yeah, no, I'm very much in the cry one, buy once, cry once world as well. Where did you say in the world you were? What country are you in? I have a UK affiliate link, but I can point you to some partners across Europe. Which state? Just to figure out your time zones. This is where we find out that 3D FX is the president, and yeah, EST, yeah. This is where we find out that he's the president, and he's actually nailing his Simtex to his Resolute desk. I'm joking.
Okay, Billy, you've got 2. Managed to set a decent time.
Can you race any vintage cars? Yes, you can. There's Lotus 79s, some of the old IMSA cars. They're mostly race cars, Betsy. Yeah. What did you race some years ago, 3DFX? Cool. Hey, Bearded. Copy. Yeah, they were front-wheel drive in the UK. Weren't they? Sierras were front-wheel drive, weren't they? In the UK? Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe they were rear-wheel drive. No, they would have been. No, they would have been rear-wheel drive. Yeah.
It was just 107, 173.
No, the RS Cosworth was rear-wheel drive. Yeah.
PT2. You passed the stop short now. 107, 162.
E3. Yeah, sorry. I was thinking of the standard Sierra. Can I race any vintage cars? Have I done any of them in some fun? Yeah, Lotus 79 is good. Some of the old IMSA cars are good as well. Pretty quick. Right, that's P3. I'm going to take a quick restroom break. Hang on a second. People do chat on the Discord. Yeah, people dive in. You could always chat. We're always happy to have you chat on the chat here. But if you want to do a voice chat, dive into Discord. Go to BillyOirish.com and click on the Discord link halfway down the page. Or as you're on Twitch, go up there and look at my bio and click on there. You should get it. And then there's a lobby. It's got subscribers only, but dive into that for the minute. I got to run. I'll be back in a second. Thank you, Darkwood. Hang on a second. Need to wash my hands. Right. This is going to be the last race of the evening. And then at 8 o'clock tonight, UK, the free car, free track will be out. Oh, that'd be good. Oliver Brooktwist, thanks very much for following. I do appreciate it. Have you on board? Check out the Discord. Check out the podcast. Podcast's good. We interviewed Ronan from the Sim Consultants in Dublin, Ireland, about how he got into building out the Sim Consultants, what the history was, a bit about motorsport, spoke a bit about drifting. Kind of covered everything, really. It was good. But yeah, we'd love you to check it out. Definitely. The podcast is currently on the tube. There's a podcast section on my YouTube. I haven't got the funds to cast it at the moment. They want $15 a month, and I just don't have it. So yeah.
That's the end of the session. P3.
You come over from TikTok. Oh well, I do appreciate it to have you over there. Right, we're in P3. Not nervous. I don't like being up the front. Well, at least I can't hit the wall at Adelaide, right? Do you prefer vertical or do you prefer landscape streams? Cars are brilliant, yeah. Yeah, it's just a lot further to get to the wall to get to, yeah. Ingrid, I need to catch up with you off hours if I can. Drop me a message how I can communicate with you. My OBS needs fixing. I looked at yours the other day, it looks spectacular. P3, a nervous P3, BMW, Merc, Porsche, me. Famous last words, but I just need to stay out of trouble, right?
Minutes. The track temp is 25 Celsius. The air temp is 20.
No, I do appreciate, like,
Okay, Billy.
credit where credit's due, and I'd appreciate any help. I'll make it worth your while. Can I wind? No, I can't.
Rolling start. Follow car number 1. The right lane. Safety car speed is 68 kilometers per hour.
I'm more worried about the McLaren behind me. Oh, TZ, how's it going? The one thing I'll give the GT3 cars is they're robust. They'll take a whack or two. Any chance I can get back into my slot? Thanks, sir.
Concentrate. Be ready. Go, go, go.
Left side. Clear left. Car left. Car left. Hold your line. Clear left.
We're going. Thanks, man. Damn, cold tires.
Steering to corners around track limits. Keep in between the lines.
Yeah, Merc's gone.
P2. They're showing the red yellow flag. Leaders just done it. 108, 143, P2. Slow in, fast out. Keep the inside line covered. Sector 3 is 027 off the pace.
Master Blaster. I crashed my car to that song. Master Blaster. This is fixed setup as well. Just shows how fast that guy is. Just pulling away, 3.1 seconds.
Fastest lap for David, 106.94.
Wow.
Cut the track. Keep it nice and tidy. Please, Billy. Minutes left. That's 15 minutes. We got behind.
Hey, fact this. Yeah. Hey, Frick.
New fastest lap for David, 106.87. Just around 107.78. Shortest lap of this session.
Car right. Hold your line. Clear right. On your right. Clear right.
Thanks very much.
Okay, Billy, hold your nerve, just keep it smooth, no mistakes.
Hey, buddy. So what? They're just giving you information where to go.
5. That last lap was at 108.07.
Right. Got ya. Well, we'd love to have you. And if you need to leave, you leave, dude. Yeah, I know.
10 minutes to go. All right, Billy. Just keep hitting your marks. This is looking good. So we passed the start from David, 106.68.
Andreas, if you want to slow down, it's fine by us.
Sector 2 is 0.35 off the pace.
Go to Simlab pedals, cool. Are they any good? No, they're rubbish.
Into the pack, don't be intimidated here.
Horrible. You won't like them. Yeah, they're horrible. Biggest mistake you've ever made.
Halfway home, we've got plenty of fuel.
On your left. Clear left.
They're excellent, Antor. They're excellent, Anton. I have a set of Husinfelds as well, and I haven't put them back on since I tried these. They're brilliant. You want any advice setting up? Give me a shout. Yeah, but you can always ask somebody based on their experience.
The lap time was 107.64.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people are trying to... They bought a thing, they want to stay loyal to it, right?
Pressure, keep your exit speeds up.
Right side. Clear right.
I'll be honest with you, I haven't heard good things about SimJack, but I haven't heard really negative things either.
Sector 2 is 0.40 off the pace.
They're not used as frequently here in Europe. Oh, he spun. Very unlucky, Christoph. I was enjoying the challenge.
That's half fuel. You've used half your fuel. That one was at 107, 132, 62 is 0.42 off the pace. That's 5 minutes to go. Come on, keep it together. We'll be on the podium here. Come on, Billy.
See, I personally don't think that's enough. But that's... yeah, that's a personal opinion. Yeah, see, so Simpson, one of our guys has Simpson, and he got them from China and he ended up fixing them before he could use them. Just because they're a replica doesn't mean they're the same, you know what I mean?
David, 106.66.
Andreas, just slow down, it's just not fair. Take a break, stop for lunch.
Last lap time was at 107.70.
You're clearly not local, so take some time out, park up. Hey, Nahu. Say again, my friend. Yeah. Yeah, but nobody's going to use 35 newton meters. It's what's important to it is the slew rate, how quickly the motor accelerates, and the overhead that you have. The 35 newton meters is not the point. It's like having a V8 versus a two-cylinder. You don't use all the V8. You know what I mean? You don't rev out a V8, whereas you rev out a two-cylinder. So if you've got a 8 or 9 newton meter steering wheelbase, and it's maxed out at 9 newton meters, it's sweating. Whereas if you've got a 25 or a 35 newton meter wheelbase, and it's pulling 15 newton meters, I'm driving with 15 newton meters at the moment. It's 50%, you know what I mean? Yeah. And you're driving 5.5 max. So, if somebody does, thanks Factus, if somebody does the maths, divide 25 by 45, whatever that answer is, divide that by 25, divide 25 by that. So 25 by 45 is like 1.6 or something. Yeah, it's like 14 odd newton meters of torque I'm using. So my 25 newton meter wheelbase it's a V8 running 4-cylinder, you know what I mean? We're on a 4-cylinder power. Thanks, Greybeard. Hope you're well. This is the last one. Last lap, last race.
Last lap. Bring it on. Come on, Billy.
Well done, Andreas. Not in the fixed setup. Yeah, you're not wrong, Rafael. And then on top of that, the amount of torque you will use will depend on the size of your steering wheel, the length of your wheel boss.
David has won the race. It's a new fastest lap for David, 106.62.
Yeah, I don't think you've made a mistake, 3D Effects, don't get me wrong. Hey, one, thanks for following.
Podium finish. Nice one.
Yeah, I don't think you've made... What I'm saying is I'm trying to explain to people, you know, I'm generally, like yourself, 3D Effects, I'm a buy once, cry once. I don't intend to buy another... I don't intend to buy a... another wheelbase.
The end of the session.
Ever. You know, I've yet to try a wheelbase, and I've tried a few, and I've yet to try a wheelbase that makes me think, oh my god, I need to dump the SimuCube 2 Pro because it just doesn't do what I need it to do. Now, there's an awful lot of telemetry-based force feedback that's coming into new wheels. That would be interesting. I don't understand exactly the difference, but I can feel a difference, but that would be interesting. Well, that's evolution, not revolution. That's Kingrid. Yeah, and like active feedback. So somebody asked me about this yesterday as well. Active feedback pedals. One, the game has to be able to support it, right? The platform has to be able to support ABS and whatnot. I think it'd be really interesting if something like flat spots and ABS starts to kick in with accuracy in iRacing. I think that'd be really interesting. But in regards to ABS activation, I'm in the campaign of you don't need a active pedal for force feedback for ABS, because you will learn where the ABS kicks in and you will start to reduce the amount of pedal input you're having so that you don't activate ABS. That's just the nature of the beast. So if you put actuators on your pedals, or you buy active pedals for ABS, within about 6 months, I'd say you'll stop feeling that, because no, and that's exactly it. 3D Effects. I don't think haptic feedbacks is worth it. What about removable ones? Perhaps if you want to spend a couple of £100 and then have to sell them off at a loss, maybe. But I think it's a fair statement. I've never had them on my rig, but I've used them. It's a fair statement to say, especially with an active pedal, you do need 2 active pedals in my book. You don't need 1, you need 2. And I'll tell you why in a moment. Which means you don't need $3,000 of pedals to make you faster. No. A couple of $100 or a couple of £100 on active motors, you'll use them for about 6 months, I reckon. From most people I know who've bought them, they've said, yeah, they were great. They told me where the ABS kicks in. They told me where the car locks up. But now I don't use them because I figured out where that threshold was, and I find that I'm naturally not doing it. There was a little one on your old brake paddle on your old CSL3s, and you couldn't feel it. Yeah. Well, to finish that off, and 3DFX says, I thought active press the pedal out where the haptic just vibrates. No, active will harden up, or it will push back against you. Correct. But if you learn how to threshold brake in a car, you don't activate you go to the threshold of ABS, you don't activate the ABS. What I think is really good in active pedals is the ability. The first thing you'll do when you get a rig is you'll build a rig, you'll put the pedals on. They'll sit, like if you look at my pedals now, they're at a really weird angle. Thanks for the raid, Wookie. My pedals appear to people as a really weird angle, right? To me, they're perfectly comfortable. I'm thoroughly happy with where they are. Just bring them up. Hang on a second. Bring it across. So they look very vertical, but to me, they're perfect, right? They sit just fine. And Marnik, we'll come to steering wheels. We'll come to steering wheels because I don't think steering wheels make as much of an impact as pedals do. To adjust them to that, the XP ones were quite easy. The Husingfelds were much more difficult. To get that comfortable space where I'm not pushing too far, I'm not extending my foot too far, or my foot isn't encroached too much, that was quite easy on the SimLabs, and that's what I liked about them. On the brake pedal, I have one level of force. I have it set up on the firmest elastomer and a medium spring in the middle. I think it's in the middle socket, which gives it a very, very hard, almost race car like brake pedal. There's very little modulation in the pedal. That's 100%. Yeah, that's all we have. What's the point on inverted pedals? We'll come to inverted pedals in a minute. What active pedals would give me is the ability to electronically set the angle of these. So when I get my pedals, I can sit in the seat and find out where my foot is comfortable and set the pedal electronically. I'm doing it with my foot at the moment, forgive me, but imagine the motor actually being able to move the pedal back and forth until you find a place that's comfortable, as opposed to getting out, making an adjustment. Say, for example, look at the accelerator at the moment, pretend my foot isn't on it. Say, for example, that's where my accelerator is, and I'm overreaching my ankle. And by overreaching my ankle, I'm stretching my calf muscle too much. Or it's too far back, and I'm under reaching, and I'm compressing my shin. So being able to electronically adjust that, which is what active pedals give you, that's perfect. Being able to do the same on the brake, that's perfect. And you literally will do it with the touch. I've done it. You do it with a mouse. You don't. There's no mechanical adjustment to make. Now, the other thing that I think active pedals really gives that I really, really like is I like this brake force is the same no matter what car I drive. But in real life, an LMP car has more brake force than a Cup car. A Cup car has more brake force than a Mazda MX-5. A Mazda MX-5 might have more or less brake force than a single-seater. And an Indy car might have more brake force than a single-seater. So being able to electronically adjust that per profile so that the amount of kilos of force that I use is unique to the car, that is a big addition for me. That's something I'd love to be able to do. Why do I need two? Well, it's not just to accelerate to change the angle of the brakes. It's because you can put the same resistance per car on the accelerator as well as the brake. So you could load up really powerful cars with a slow acting accelerator. And you could load up really kind of light, hoppy, drifty cars with a really fast acting accelerator just on the motor speed. That's what I like about active pedals, far more than getting any kind of bump or nudge or smack against, force feedback against. That's where I think active pedals have their quality. It's £3,000 though, or 2,600 or yeah, so it's not cheap. Now, somebody mentioned about running an R3 and being faster. Pedals, in my opinion, in my very humble opinion, pedals make far more of an impact than steering wheel. And I made a video about this. Look it on YouTube. I said, when you're upgrading your gear, Yes, but the cost of it, when I started sim racing 8 years ago, 9 years ago, 3DFX, it was 2 wheelbases that were direct drive. 3 maybe. That was it. So I spent as much as I could afford with the intention of it lasting 8 or 9 years, which it has. So time will move on. And that's where my buy once, cry once comes from. So Marnik mentioned, sorry, thank you, Marnik. Thanks, Gangrids. Do appreciate it. Marnik mentioned the R3 and being quicker on the R3 than people with 3 times the price of kit. You're dead right. You are dead right. But I always say, if you were in the order of priority, buy a rig, buy load cell pedals, then upgrade your steering wheel. Because your steering wheel, whilst it gives you more feedback, will be less of a benefit to you than a good brake pedal. Yeah, you think the pedals made a difference, yeah. Yeah, look, it's not a cheap hobby. It's not a cheap not a cheap hobby at all. And when you get into motion, it becomes even more expensive. Good motion starts at about £8,000 sterling, which is 12,000 bucks. Or thereabouts, 11,000 bucks. Yep, much cheaper than a real race car. Having done racing, yeah, much cheaper than a real race car. And this is another thing that I find funny. People will buy a sim wheel, they'll buy a rig, they'll buy a seat, they'll buy pedals, and then they'll say iRacing's really expensive. I'm like, you're already in for the best part of $5,000. What are you splitting the bill on? 55 bucks. Like, but yeah, right. So how can we find? I'm not around tonight. So how can we find my league when I'm not around? If you go to hosted tonight, down the side here, this piece here. Yeah, I hear you. If you go to hosted here and click on that, you'll be able to search in hosted for Billy. It's not up yet, but when you search for Billy in hosted, it will come up with BillyOirish Late Night Shopping Edition. And in there will be tonight. So let's create it. I'll create the race now. Hang on a second. Last settings. Late Night Shopping Edition, Thursday. Let's do launch time, 8 p.m. UK. Admins, we have a time limit. Our cars tonight are going to be the Spec Racer. Good man, 3DFX. We're around tonight if you want to go racing, mate. There's a free car, free track. So let's do Spec Racer Ford, and the track will be Yama. Time of day, standing start. Time. Weather will damage. And yeah, that should be it. Yes, there's 2 fast repairs. Let me Make sure that's still there. There is 2 fast repairs. Fast repair. I see fast repair. I thought it was there. For now. Fast repairs too. 15 months in a row. Right, so now when you go searching for your league, starting tonight at 8 p.m, you'll be able to go Billy, and up will come the BillyOirish late night shopping edition. 15 minutes qualifying, 15 minutes practice, 30-minute race. Right, that's me. Don't forget to check out the podcast on the tube. Don't forget to join the Discord. You can go to my website, BillyOirish.com. All the links are on the main page. It looks like this. Looks like this. All the links are on the main page past the ugly picture. Go down to the big ugly picture and then look at the socials. Yeah, all down there. And then you can join the leagues by going to Porsche Cup, GT3's, or the Endurance League. Porsche Cup is up on Sunday next week. Sign up is here. Full calendar is in here. I did. I need to do new pictures. And then the agenda is here. So that's the race agenda for the Porsche Cup. And then here we have GT3's. I really like my poster. Sign up is there, and the info on the calendar is here. And then the last one is the Endurance League, which will be 1 race a month, starting this month. And the calendar is here. All pretty simple, really. Any questions, dive into the Discord. There's about 900 of us in the Discord now. So knock yourselves out, make yourselves at home. You don't have to have iRacing to come join the Discord. Not required. I'm going to get out of here. Look after yourselves, look after each other. Be nice, play nice tonight, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks very much for today. I really enjoyed it. Look after yourselves, look after each other. Bye. Oh, I forgot to raid somebody. Huh? I hit you with the fake out. Never raids me back, but we'll raid Josh. Right, let's get the hell out of here. I'm out again. Look after yourselves, look after each other. Ciao, bye.